welcome to my channel, or welcome back. So before I share my childhood home that I grew up in, I wanted to share some photos from when I was a kid of what the house used to look like, because obviously it did not look like that as a kid. It did have a lot of damage to it. Like, I remember during nights that it would rain, water would come through the kitchen and into the living room, and we had to mop it out. And it was crazy those days that it rained. There are pictures of where we had like tarps in the ceiling, and the reason why we did that is because there were giant holes in the ceiling. So what we would do is plaster it up with plastic and tape, and then we would poke holes through it. That way when it rained, it would just fall into a bucket. So let me show you some of these pictures. All right, so I don't have very many photos, but this is what the outside used to look like. And that was my grandpa's truck. See, obviously the house still looked the same. Besides, like, there used to be two windows on this side and this side. Those are no longer there because we had to take them down due to the rain. It rotted it out. This is my mom and grandma. Then focus. So this used to be the kitchen. So as you see in the video, when you enter the hallway, it's the hallway, and then this used to be the kitchen. It wasn't the best conditions, but it was home. And when you're a kid, like, you don't see those things. This is a picture of my sister. And this is where the wood stove was. I'm not sure if you can see that in the video, but the wood stove is right over here. And we would keep wood here. And this paneling is behind the yellow paneling that you see in the video. Covered that up. And then this is part of the living room, like where you've seen the corner, and there was a bedroom here. So this is the living room. And then here's another picture of that. See, we had to put plastic on the windows because the insulation was pouring. Oh my goodness. It was poor. So that's how we would keep the cold out of the house. Don't mind this picture. Obviously, wasn't having a good day. But this is that one room towards the bathroom. And if you can see here, the ceiling was actually coming down at this point. And we had to plaster that up. And it doesn't have a date on it. Here's another side view of that. So you can see here we had some like wall coming out. We did replace all that, but you can only do so much at that point. And another embarrassing photo. Yay! So same window that had the plastic on it. Reminds me of my son. I look exactly like him, like that. And here's another one. So here's that room that I showed you when you come off from the living room. See, that's what it used to be. I think I showed this shelf in the video. And that's a cat. And then this used to be, I think it's the room. Yeah, okay, there's a tree here. So this is the room that I showed in the video that was basically on the ground. The reason why that is on the ground is because that portion of the house is made of wood completely. If you're walking into the house, into the kitchen and living room and the bathroom, that whole section is made of concrete. And then there used to be a room on the other side of that room that got torn down because it's just too much damaged. And then in that video where I showed you, there was a blocked off room with a bunch of like insulation and stuff. This was that room. So the room that you just saw with this on it is a part of that room. And that was just like another like exit door that we had to seal up during the winter time to keep it cool, like warmer in the house. But yeah, I mean, that's all the pictures that So as I said before, any like mean-spirited or negative comments will be deleted off these videos. I just wanted to share it because it's a part of me, and I've never been able to share anything about my childhood or how I grew up because there was a lot of like toxicity and there was a lot of abuse too. But I look beyond that and I tried to pick out the good memories and want to share that, like, hey, I went through this, but I've overcome so many things. That's what I want to share with everyone. So, here's the video. So, this is the road that I grew up on.
My little stars up there I made. Who are you showing that to?
Peeps.
I need to mold it.
It's alright. What are you yapping at?
I guess I'm going to take all this down and throw on top of that dog.
What dog?
This is the one that died.
Oh, I forgot.
You're taking a picture of that crap? That's where he tore all that well house apart.
Yeah, that used to be the well house to the house.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, this power line ain't no good either.
That's what he said, because there ain't no ground in that trailer.
Oh.
He said, that ain't good. I said, yeah.
That goes directly to
Provide wood, though.
the house there. Thought it fell off, didn't it? Or did he reattach it?
What?
So I just reached my hometown and the house that I grew up in. This is hard to share, but I'm going to share it.
Watch out, water. And he was in there barefooted with that.
Oh, hell, he's nuts. That's my mama. That's my grandma.
You taking pictures of me?
No. Hold up, hold up. Me? Taking pictures of you?
She's got it on video. That's that handbreaker box.
So this is an antique shed. This is the entrance to the house. I did this drawing when I was, I don't know.
How old was I? Probably 7 or 8.
7 or 8 when I did that. This is where the washing and dryer went. I'll be careful. This was the kitchen. It didn't always look like this, but that ceiling right there fell down. Can you shine the light up there?
Don't touch them bare wires right
Oh
there.
yeah, it's got some bare wires. Gotta watch out.
If I was you.
And then that was the living room.
Oh, just dunk yourself down.
I'm dunking.
Just be careful.
That was the living room. Beyond that was my grandpa's room. Unfortunately, it has to come down.
You can probably get it in the kitchen.
Please be careful. That's my grandma. My mama. Oh my God. What happened to the military bed?
They was sleeping on it.
Oh, so there used to be a bed here. Holy hell, the walls came out.
Can't go any farther. Everything's back there. The floor's out of that one back there.
That was an old picture of me.
You could go around the house.
Yeah, I'll be careful. This is where the wood stove used to be.
See, that paneling stayed there.
Yeah, it did. Then this used to be a ceiling fan here. Holy hell.
Video plates. You come in, you don't want a video in here.
It's amazing the floor is not out.
Yeah, you see the floor back in the storage room? That floor's out.
Oh, I see that. Oh my God.
That's what I told
When
you.
the hell did that happen?
Rain. The rain.
Oh my God. This was my grandpa's room.
Stuff out of here before it got that bad.
I'll show pictures of what it used to look like. Wow.
It ain't the same no more.
Say that again. Oh,
Shit. Be careful. He's back there. The bathroom's all screwed up too.
You still had that couch. Wow.
This got ruined too.
I remember this. We used to put our clothes right here.
Yeah, Donna took that wine decanter set out of here.
When's the last time you lived in this house?
Huh?
So when was the last time?
Oh, it's been a while.
2014 is when it got bad, right?
Yeah.
Wow.
But Donna took
Oh, I remember
Shorty's
this.
wine glasses out of here.
We used to play that all the time.
Can't get in here, hurry, because that floor's out back there.
Hey, some of the school stuff.
Huh?
Some of our school stuff. Don't tell me these are some old letters. Oh no, they're just questions. Psh. Hey, my old book. Yeah.
It ain't the same.
No, it's not. Some of the stuff is still hanging from when I was a kid.
Yeah.
That's another room.
That's where he's
Remember this Game Boy?
It's crazy.
Remember this Game Boy, Granny?
This was a bedroom hallway.
This Game Boy. That's the first original Game Boy.
This is an antique shed. This is
where the
that's the
other
pump,
half is.
right?
Huh?
That's the pump to the well,
Yeah,
right?
but there's another piece that goes on the end of it about that long. I don't know what he did with it.
So that
What?
goes to the well to the water. And unfortunately, it's no good. Where did he pull it out of there?
Out of that hole?
Wow.
See, look. I gotta watch because he's got tools up there. No, not on that wire. Fuck no.
Oh, careful.
See this piece here?
Yeah.
One half of that went down in the well.
Uh-oh.
Right here's where he pulled it.
What is this? The spigot goes
That's
somewhere.
the spigot to the well house.
Oh, that's how he turned the water hose on. All right. I forgot about that.
But he tried to put that on there to see if it would.
Man, we used to have a tin shed here. What did we put in that tin shed? Nothing, right?
Hey! Auntie, leave that sucker that's cracked in it.
And then down there, we had all the chickens.
Tell you!